Hey guys, Becky here, coming to you live 4/5 at 5 on Fitness with Becky. Wanted to give you guys an update on my day 2 experience with the Ultimate Reset, our 21-day cleanse from Beachbody, and let you know what's going good and what is going okay, or so the good and the bad. So hang on one second, let me get my list. Okay, y'all. So basically, this whole time I've been taking notes throughout the day, yesterday and today, just so I could kind of keep a record for myself of how things are going, so that I can compile some tips at the end of this for any of my clients who might be taking this journey themselves. So I've been keeping things in a little notebook and just wanted to share with you guys as I go along what I'm learning, what I'm noticing that's going good, what I'm noticing that's challenging me, and how I kind of push through those. So there again, if you're trying to decide if this is something that you want to tackle in your own journey, you can use these tips to perhaps help you decide. All right, so day 2 so far. I'll give you the good first. There's 3 things. Number 1 is I slept amazing last night. Like, I typically get around 6 hours of sleep a night, and last night I got almost 9. Which is pretty crazy. So I know I'm coming off of having just been traveling, and I'm probably catching up on sleep from my busy week in Nashville, but I looked at my sleep tracker from my Fitbit, right, the Fitbit app, and I had like no restlessness. So definitely slept like a rock, which was awesome. I can't wait to go to sleep tonight and see how it goes again. That was number 1. Number 2 is I'm definitely feeling better about my schedule today and the consistency with my supplement regimen and my meals. So I definitely feel more confident now that I've been through one day, and also because I spent about an hour last night preparing some food. So I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video, so I won't belabor it, but I didn't really give myself sufficient days in advance of starting this cleanse to really fully prepare. I shopped like on day 1 and obviously didn't prepare much, if anything, before that. So yesterday evening, after I cooked my dinner, I spent about another hour preparing foods that I knew I was going to need for the rest of the days of this week. I cooked ahead the chicken that I had on today's salad. I cooked ahead the brown rice that we're going to use for dinner tonight, and the beans. I marinated ahead the tempeh, which I'm going to use in dinner tomorrow night and throughout the week. And I did something else. I can't remember now. Nope, it's gone. I don't know. Anyway, the point was I prepared some food ahead so that every second of every day I don't have to think about, okay, what's my next meal? How much time in advance do I need to spend to prepare to get ready to go so that I eat on time? That kind of rigid schedule for me is really difficult to manage. So making the time to prepare your proteins and your carbs in advance will save you some mental energy throughout this cleanse. Okay, so that's what I did last night. Helped me feel good about this. The third thing, speaking of food, is it's a lot of food, guys. If you've ever done the 3-day refresh from Beachbody, you know that there's not that much food on that cleanse. It's designed to quickly, flush you out, drop some pounds, drop some water weight, all that jazz. So you're eating like not much. On this cleanse, oh my God, like the salad I had for lunch today, if you scroll down on this page, you'll see how freaking enormous it was. I mean, it was like, it took me about 45 minutes to eat that salad. And I wasn't like picking at it. I was like shoveling it in. So keep in mind that you're not going to be hungry on this cleanse. If anything, I've heard so many people say that they weren't able to finish all the food, which is fine. I'm prepared for that challenge and ready to tackle every bite. But yeah, especially when it comes to the salads, you have a lot of salads and they are huge. So if you don't like eating salads, this may be a challenge for you. If you do like salads, then you're never going to be hungry on this thing. It's insane. I will point out that I had chicken on the salad today, but honestly, when I was eating the salad, like I wasn't I didn't feel like I was missing protein. Like I could have done that salad without the chicken altogether. So that was kind of a surprise for me. Headed into the next 2 weeks where it'll be progressively more vegetarian and then vegan meals. That was actually a good sign for me that I'm not going to be like, give me my chicken, you know. What else? I thought there was something else good I wanted to mention. Oh, yeah, so the other meals that you get on this cleanse, I'll show you a picture tonight of some of the other stuff I'm getting to eat, right? Because it's not all salads. I guess I'm always just surprised by how huge they are, so I take a picture. But you get a lot of other things. Like breakfast, I had oatmeal and blueberries and yogurt, which is a nice normal breakfast. Tonight we're having tacos. You know, so I always thought of this cleanse as something where I would not get to eat and I wouldn't get to eat real food. So I avoided doing it for a long time, like almost 2 years. So I'm really pleasantly surprised so far that I get to eat normal food and plenty of it. And yet at the same time, I can definitely feel my body is releasing a lot of toxins, a lot of gunk, because I'm filling it up with good, wholesome, whole foods instead of what I have been eating for the last, you know, at least the last week when I was in Nashville. I pigged out on some barbecue. Okay, so that's all the good stuff. Let's go through the 3 bad things so far, or challenging things so far, and then I'm going to cut this off. 5 minutes. Yeah, right. Anyway, okay, so the first thing that's been challenging for me mentally is the idea that I'm eating all this food and that I'm not going to gain weight. Like everybody I've talked to that does the reset either maintains their same weight or they lose weight, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds, right? Depending on how much you have to lose. I'm expecting personally to probably just maintain my weight. I'm definitely not expecting to gain weight. So still, the idea of like putting that size of a meal in my body and not working out these 21 days, it's kind of playing a head game with me that I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna like go backwards on my results if I don't work out and I eat this much food? And it was really getting me tempted to like hop on the scale every 5 minutes. So what I decided to do, I moved the scale to my husband's bathroom. It's out of sight, out of mind. I'm not weighing again until the end of this thing. So there will be no weight progress updates for you guys on a weekly basis like I'd originally planned. We're just gonna nix that in the bud so that I don't get obsessed with it. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. So the next thing, number 2, was this is the second day in a row that right after lunch I started to get really tired and kind of headachy. I have low blood pressure already, so I think when I eat like a big meal that all the blood in my body goes to work digesting and kind of leaves me sapped of energy. Plus probably a little bit of caffeine detox still as well. So like literally today right after lunch I ended up taking a quick nap. Which they say is not abnormal, so that's good. But still, you know, you can't be like taking naps during the middle of the day if you have to go to a day job, right? So just keep that in mind. This is day 2. I've heard that it gets even more challenging through day 4 with the fatigue, and then after that, things start to perk back up. So just be prepared for that. So what I did to combat that was I did have my shake as a snack again today. I had the chocolate vegan Shakeology, which, you know, has a lot of energy providing nutrients in it, and I definitely perked right back up after that. So I'm going to continue to have that as a snack in the afternoon until I feel like I can go without it. But if I don't, then I'm going to have it every day and just do it. Okay, last thing, and you guys may, if you've ever checked out the reset, you may be wondering about this. The last thing is that afternoon power greens, or if you have an older kit, it was called Alkalinize shot that you have to do in the afternoon. It's basically a shot glass full of grass and apple cider vinegar. It's pretty gross. The good news is that it's very small. You mix it with 2 to 4 ounces of water and just slam it. To me, it does definitely taste like spinach, grass. For whatever reason, it kind of reminds me of fish food. Like we had a fish tank when I was a kid, and the smell of it reminds me of like having to feed the fish that flake food. So that's really kind of gross, the idea of like drinking fish tank water. But, you know, I read the ingredients and I'm like, okay, this is all good stuff for me. I can suck it up and have 21 of these little shots and it's not going to kill me. I'm not gonna love it, but it's not gonna be the worst thing ever. I will say that I wish that I could mix it in with my shake like I sometimes do on a normal day, not a cleanse day. And that would be great because you can't even taste it when it's mixed with Shakeology. But I'm attempting to follow the plan as much as possible, and so far doing pretty good. I would say I'm about 99% on plan, and have just, screwed up a couple things here in day 1 and day 2, getting used to the schedule. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. I'm going to cut this off so it doesn't get too long. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, any of that stuff, comment those below. I'd love to answer those for you. And if you want to give it a whirl yourself, I'd be happy to support you in your journey. So reach out. I don't bite, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.